The day that changed everything. My name is Carlos. I'm 28 years old now, but I was only 6 when the earth shook and my world fell apart. I come from a small village near Pisco, Peru. That day began like any other. My father, a hard-working farmer, was in the kitchen getting ready for the fields. I was playing outside in the garden with my toy car while my mother prepared our breakfast. Then she called out, "Carlos, breakfast is ready." I picked up my toy car and ran to the table. My father smiled and said, "Finish your eggs, champ." My mother laughed as she stirred the soup, her hands always moving, always gentle. We sat down together and started eating. It was just a moment, but I still remember it. Then the ground began to shake, the walls cracked, the floor moved. It was an earthquake. My mother grabbed me and pulled me close. My father rushed over and covered us both with his body to protect us. And then everything went dark. I remember nothing else until I opened my eyes in a strange white room. I was in a hospital, still just 6 years old, but my world had already been shattered. A rescue worker leaned in and said softly, "You're safe now, Carlos. You were under the rubble, but you're alive." I looked around, searching for my parents, but I didn't see them. A nurse sat beside me and gently whispered, "Carlos, your parents are gone. They saved you." I couldn't understand. I kept asking, "Where are they? When will they come back?" But no one answered, because they never would. That day, I lost everything. My parents, my home, even my little toy car. And it didn't stop there. My uncles, my aunts, everyone in my family died in the earthquake too. I had no one left. I was only 6, and I had already become an orphan. They sent me to an orphanage. The building was old, the beds felt cold, food was not enough. There were many children. The orphanage had little money. We ate plain rice and watery soup. Sometimes the food was very small, but we shared what we had. I cried at night under a thin blanket. No one came to hold me. No one said, "It's going to be okay." I started to believe maybe it never would be. But there was one person who gave me hope, a nurse named Rosa. Whenever I was sick or sad, she sat by my bed, held my hand, and told me stories. One day I felt lonely and scared. I asked Rosa, "Why are you so kind to kids like me, even when it's hard?" She held my hand gently and smiled. "When I was young, someone was kind to me when I needed it most," she said. "Now I want to give that hope to others." Her words made me feel warm inside. That day, something changed in me. I felt a small hope. Maybe I could help others too. Maybe I could be like her. School was hard because I didn't have any books of my own. The orphanage had just a few old, torn books that all the kids shared. There wasn't a quiet place to study, and sometimes the lights didn't work. So I read by the weak light of a small lamp or through the window during the day. I practiced reading with old newspapers I found or borrowed whenever I could. It was not easy, but I never stopped trying. I worked hard, very hard. One day my teacher, Mr. Herrera, saw me struggling and sat beside me. He smiled and said, "Carlos, don't give up. You were born to rise." Then he gave me his old book and added, "This helped me. Now it's your turn." His words stayed in my heart and gave me strength. One afternoon, something amazing happened. The principal called my name. My heart beat fast. I thought I was in trouble. But when I went into his office, he smiled and said, "Carlos, you worked very hard. We are proud of you. You have won a scholarship to high school. You can study there for free." I couldn't believe it. Tears came to my eyes. They were not tears of sadness, but tears of hope. The principal said, "Keep believing in yourself. You can do great things. This is only the beginning." For the first time, I believed my life could be more than just surviving. I started working part-time. I cleaned tables at a cafe and delivered newspapers on foot, saving every coin I earned, hoping to buy books and supplies. Even when I was tired, I kept going. I knew every little job brought me closer to my dream. When I told people, "I want to be a doctor," they laughed. "You're an orphan," they said. "Dream small." But I didn't listen. I studied while others slept. I prayed while others partied. I carried pain in my heart, but hope in my eyes. And finally, I passed the medical entrance exam. When I saw my name on the list, I dropped to my knees and whispered, "Mom, Dad, I did it." My eyes filled with tears as I thought, if only they were here with me. Then I remembered something my mother once told me. "Carlos, no matter how dark the night is, the stars will always guide you." I smiled and wiped away my tears. Then I thought of my father. I could still feel the morning he placed his hand on my back and said, "Be brave, my son. One day you will do something great." I closed my eyes and whispered, "Your stars brought me here." Then I began to pack my few belongings for the next chapter of my life. Today I wear a white coat. Today people call me Dr. Carlos. But I've never forgotten where I came from. Every year I go back to the orphanage. I sit with the children, hold their hands and say, "You are not alone. You are not weak. You are full of light. I was once where you are now. Keep dreaming." Every time I walk into the hospital and hear someone say, "Dr. Carlos," I still feel like that little boy, scared, small, but full of hope and never giving up. Because if a lonely boy with no one in the world can become a doctor, then anything is possible. Dreams don't belong only to the lucky. They belong to the brave. Thank you.